In this video we will show how we can design a database and implement it and maintain it using these tools. So we will design the database using Irvin. We will implement the database using SQL Server based on the script we generate from Irvin. And then we can maintain the database and share it with the other members of the team using Visual Studio and the Visual Studio team services. Here is the procedure we will follow in this video. So we will start using Irvin. We will create an entity relationship diagram, and based on that we will create an SQL table script. And when the table script is finished, we will go to SQL Server and execute the table script within SQL Server. Then we can create necessary views, store procedures, etc. in order to make our database functional. Then we can go to Visual Studio and Visual Studio team services, and then we can upload our script so we can share it with the members of the team. So there's the procedure. And then if we find some errors in the scripts, then we can go back and improve the database diagram, and then create a new script and execute the scripts once more, and then we have this iteration. So let's start creating the table script. We use Irvin, and then we generate the script, and then we will test the script in SQL Server, and then of course we will create our code using Visual Studio, and the script we create should be uploaded to Visual Studio team services so that other team members should access to it. And in addition, we should create views, store procedures, etc. And those scripts should also be uploaded to Visual Studio team services, so all the members of the team can get access to the latest versions of the database scripts. So then, on each developer PC, you should have SQL Server and Visual Studio, and then in order to keep the database up to date, they just need to download the latest script from Visual Studio team services and then execute the script within SQL Server, and then they can continue coding within Visual Studio. When they are finished coding, we can install the software either in a test environment or in a customer environment. So then typically we install database on a server. If we create some web pages, we also need to install a web server, and then our software will be created as an executable files. So here we have the customer PCs, and then they will communicate with the SQL server which is located on a server within the company's infrastructure. That's how the development and deployment procedure is going on. So let's start with Irvin. We use Irvin to design and model our database. So we need to design our tables and our columns inside each tables, and we need to set the relationships between the tables. Typically we have a table with a primary key, and we have some other tables which we want to link the primary key to those tables, which is called a foreign key. So here is the example how we have created two tables within Irvin using the entity tool. Then when we are finished creating the tables, set data types, etc., we can go to forward engineering and create a script based on our design. And then you can save the script and then open the script within SQL Server. Here is the database design we are going to use in this video. It's a school system where we have different schools in this school table, and the school have different courses and different teachers, and we have different classes, and in each class we have students, and based on different courses that they get grades in the different courses, and each student can have multiple courses, and each teacher can have multiple courses as well. So let's see this model within Irvin. So in Irvin I have created the different tables and the relationships between them. I have also set, if you right click on table, set the different data types for each column, and this is in a logical view. If you go to physical view, you also see the same tables, and if you right click you can see the properties for each table, and then we see the real data types used in SQL Server like this. When we are finished with the design in Irvin, we can go to action, forward engineer and select schema, and then we just select or deselect all the choices here based on how we want the script to be. And then if you think we are finished, we can select preview like this, and then you can preview our script. If the script looks alright, we can save it on our hard drive, selecting the save icon here. When we are finished creating the SQL script and the table script within Irvin, we can go to SQL Server. So in SQL Server we have our databases here on the left side. So we start creating a new database, just click on the databases here and right click, and in order to create a new database. When we have created our database, we can open our table script here and execute it. So create new database, right click on databases, new database, and select a proper name on our database. So let's open our database script within SQL Server and execute the script so we can generate the table within the database. So here we have opened SQL Server. Here in databases we right click, select new database, then you can enter a proper name. In this case it's a school system, so we can just enter school system like this and click OK. And then here if you click on databases, you see the school system database has been created. So next we just click new query, and then we click the open in order to open our script. So I have saved it here on my hard drive. Let's find it in work, Visual Studio Team Services, my project, code, database, and here I have saved the Irvin. But now we are going to find our table script, which I have stored here. So I just open it like this, and you see here I have all tables which I created in Irvin, and then next we can just execute to insert the tables inside SQL Server. Then commands complete successfully. Then I can go to my database, tables, and here all the tables has been created within the database. So now we have created our tables within SQL Server. So next step is typically to create some views, stored procedures, and some other data scripts to make it easy to access and write data to the database. So let's start with views. A view is what we call a virtual table. If you need to get data from multiple tables, then you should always create a view. So here we see an example. In this view, which is called course data, we get data which is stored in multiple tables. So when we are finished our view, then we can easily select the data we want just using a simple select statement. Select all from course data, which is in this case course data is not a table, but it is a view. Typically it's easier to create the view using the editor within Visual Studio, within SQL Server. And then when we have finished the view, you can just copy the code in the script editor inside the Management Studio, and then you can save the view as a file and then execute and insert it into the database. So let's show a demo here. So we go back to SQL Server. In this video I have already created a view, so let's open it from the hard drive. So I select just open and select my database folder and SQL, and here you see I have made this structure with tables, views, stored procedures, scripts, etc. And then I can just go into the views folder, and in this case I have created two different views. Let's open one of them. This view called course data gets data from both the school table and the course table, and it get these columns. So let's run this script in order to insert the view inside the database. So let's just execute, and commands completed successfully. And then you can go to views here, and then see here our view has been created. And next, then we can just use that view to select the data we want to use. I will also open a second view. So open student data. In this case, this view is a little bit more complicated. So in this case, it gets data from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different tables. So let's just execute the script in order to insert it into the database. Execute. And then if I right click on views, refresh, also this view has been created successfully. Next, we may want to create some stored procedures. A stored procedure is like a function which makes it easy to write or store data inside the database in multiple tables at once. Here we see an example. Here I have created a store procedure within a script. So here the procedure called student grade, and here is the input to that procedure. So the input in order to execute that procedure is student, course, and grade. And when I have inserted this store procedure into the database, I can easily use the store procedure like this in order to enter new data into the database. So let's, in this case, assume I have a student, John Wayne, and he has taken that course and he gets the grade B. Then I can just execute this one, and that information will be stored in the database. So let's see how this works within SQL Server. In this example, I have already made a store procedure, so I just open it from the file. Open file, and go to my folder, select store procedures, and select student grade. And here we see the store procedure. And in order to make that store procedure available within the database, I need to execute it like this. And then we should see it here under programmability, store procedure, and here our store procedure has been saved inside the database like this. Next, we typically want to create some data inside our database. So creating a data script or one or more data scripts, you typically do that in order to create some default data inside your database which your software program depends on. Typically in our case we have a school table, and then typically you insert some schools inside that table which our software program can use. So let's have a demo of that also. So we are back in SQL Server. I have already made some scripts, so I just open it. In my SQL folder I have a folder called scripts, and inside there I can have multiple scripts. In this case I have only one script, so let's just open it. In this case you see I insert some data into the school table. I insert some classes. I insert some courses, and also insert some test students in this case, and also link the student and the course, and also insert some grades like this. So let's just run this script like this, and then now we can make a new query, and then I can see that some data has been stored inside the database. So just start with select all from school, like this, and execute it, and see 3 schools has been made within that table. I can get some data from the course table like this, execute like this. Let's also try our view. I have made 2 views, and one view called course data, so let's try that view. Course data like this, execute. Also see I get data using my view like this. Next we want to share our scripts within the team. So for that we use Visual Studio Team Services. So as mentioned, we started with Irvin. We generated the table script using Irvin, and we have made some views, store procedures, and some default data. And all those scripts we have stored them on our hard drive like this. In this folder structure we have saved all our files, and then next we can use this simple tool called Database Script Generator to make one main script based on all the scripts we have there, and then we can just use that master script in order to create a new database on another computer. So let's see how this works in practice. So here we have all our scripts within those folders, and then here we have the database script generator. So let's open that tool. like this. So the only thing we need to do is to select the path where we have stored all our scripts. So just click on this open button. Here we have the folder, so you just select the folder like this, and then you can just click generate script, and the script has been made for us. So here is the final or the master script that has been generated using this tool. So let's open this script within SQL Server. So we are back in SQL Server, and I find this script, just open it, and open the script, and see here this script contains of the tables, all the views, the stored procedures, and the default data we just made scripts for. So by running this script, I create the tables, the views, the stored procedures, and the default data in one operation. So let's try that. We create a new test database just to see how it works. New database, test. So now we have a new database which is empty, no tables, no views, no stored procedures. And then we can run our master script within that test table. So just select test here, and then we can execute the script like this. And if you go to the test database and refresh tables, you see all the tables has been created, all the views has been created, the stored procedures has been created, and also if we open some of the tables, select top 1000 rows, you see also some data has been stored within the tables. Next, we should share all these scripts within the teams. So here in my code database folder, I have database design. This is the Irvin design. In SQL, I have all the scripts I have made. I have the database script generator tool and this master script, which you can use to create a new database from scratch or update an existing one. So all these scripts need to be uploaded to Visual Studio Team Services. So then I have opened Visual Studio like this. I have selected Source Control Explorer. I have found my project, and here I have my database folder. But you see here, none of the scripts has been uploaded. So let's just right click, add items to folder, and then we select everything, click next. Here all the scripts should be uploaded, so just click finish like this, and now you see our folder has been created, and within the folders we have all the scripts. So you can just right click on the database and select check in pending changes, and click check in button here. Yeah, you see I get an error message here, so I just need to close down the script which I have open in SQL Server. So I just closed everything here, and then it should work. Yeah, I also have the Irvin script open, so just open Irvin and also close this, save and close Irvin, and then let's try once more. And now all the scripts has been uploaded to Visual Studio Team Services, and they are available for all the team members like this. Another member of the team can now just right click on the database folder and get latest version. I have already the latest version, and then he can go to his folder where all the files and scripts has been downloaded, and then just open that main master script and run it within his SQL Server database. If you want to make some changes, assuming you have some error within some of the scripts, let's say you have some errors inside this view, or you need to change it, you can just check out this view from from Visual Studio. So here I go to View. Assuming you want to make changes to this one, you just right click on it, check it out for editing like this, and then you can open that view, make some changes, and then you can execute it to see if it works properly, and then of course save it, close it, and then go back to Visual Studio and then just check in the file once more. Yeah, that's all. In this video I showed how easy you can create scripts within Irvin and also create scripts within SQL Server, and then use this database generator tool in order to create a master script, and then you can use Visual Studio and Visual Studio Team Services in order to upload and share all the scripts within the team. Good luck.